Yo, what is going on? This is Berserker, and today I'm bringing you guys my GBA and NPA League War first video week against Monotoii and his Tampa Bay Luxrays. If you guys do not care to see the team builder portion, a timestamp will appear on the right side of the screen across from my logo here. You guys can jump to that time in the video, and you guys will be skipped right to the battle start. For the rest of you guys that want to see what I brought, let's jump right into it. So, his team does consist of a Gothitelle with Shadow Tag, a Toxapex, a Florges, a Drudagon, a Ferroseed, a Mega Lopunny, a Landorus Incarnate with Z moves, and a Sneasel. So, this 6 is the things I brought that thought would do the best against this team. First up here is Banded Buzzwole, Leech Life, Earthquake, Iron Head, and Ice Punch. No Fighting Stab's a little weird against the team with a Ferroseed and a Mega Lopunny. However, Fighting Stab, if I lock myself in a Fighting Stab, means Florges can come on in for free, and Gothitelle come in for free. So I really don't want to have my physical stab be something that can't hit Gothitelle, because I'm very scared of losing Buzzwole to Gothitelle, because this is my best way of checking it. The speed on here is to outspeed a Gothitelle, and the rest is attack, and a little bit of HP to go with it as well. Leech Life, as you guys know, will hit that Gothitelle for super effective damage. It also hits Sneasel for super effective damage. Earthquake is for that Ferroseed, so it hits that really well, and it hits Toxapex very well. Iron Head is for the Florges, and Ice Punch is for the Drudagon and Landorus Incarnate. Pretty simple stuff. Next up here, we do have Spedshed the Snorlax, Curse, Rest, Sleep Talk, and Facade. Curse Talk Lax is really nice this game because of the ability to hopefully set up on something like a Florges that's trying to toxic me and stuff. So if I can curse up a couple of times, I can rest, I can sleep talk, and if I can get up to full HP, it could be really bad for Mono. His best way of dealing with this, ironically, is Gothitelle. Mega Lopunny is nice and all, but if Mega Lopunny goes down at any point in this game, that means Snorlax could really put in a lot of work. So be sure to look out for Snorlax to possibly put in a metric butt ton of work. Next up here, we do have Wilmar with the Ground EMZ this week. Coil, Substitute, 1000 Waves, and 1000 Arrows. 1000 Waves actually traps the opponent, prevents them from switching out. Yeah. So, means I have the now awesome ability to trap that Ferroseed and start boosting up on it. If I can substitute, I can 1000 Waves the Ferroseed or the Toxapex, whichever one of the two wants to come on in, I can start coiling up. If you have Haze, cool, I can just spam 1000 Arrows to the point where you have to recover on my coil, so then I can just start boosting up again. But I digress. The speed on here, again, is for the Gothitelle, because that thing can go away and die in a Fiery Flame of Death, and I would not care whatsoever. Next up here, we do have Brendan, the Mega Aerodactyl, Protect, Fire Fang, Wing Attack, and Earthquake. Speed on here is to outspeed a Mega Lop. Pretty simple. Protect, Fire Fang are pretty nice against this team because Ferroseed's really scary. Wing Attack's a good stab. It also hits everything on his team for at least neutral damage besides that Ferroseed, which I do have Fire Fang for. And Earthquake is there just for Toxapex, because fuck Toxapex. No objections? Sounds about right. Next up here, we do have Dorian the Heatran with specs this week with Flamethrower, Dragon Pulse, Earth Power, and Flash Cannon. Dual Stab's really nice against this team. Dragon Pulse is really nice to hit that Drudagon in case it's like a Spadef variant, and Earth Power is nice just for the Toxapex. This thing hits like a metric truck against this team, so it's really nice to have. Max Speed and Max Spatak just for general bulk, general outspeeding and nuking thing purposes. And last but certainly not least this week, we do have Shayquaza with leftovers. Recover, Scald, Nightshade, and Taunt with max HP and max defense. This literally is my best Mega Lop check, unless it has like a Thunder Punch, and it also really helps me check something to the effect of like physical Drudagon. So this is really solid on my end. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the team this week. Banded Buzzwole, Curse Talk Lax, Sub-Coil Trapping Wilmar with Ground EMZ, Protect 3 attacks, Mega Arrow, Spectran, and a defensive Jellicent. With that, I will see you all right in the game here in about 2 to 3 seconds. Yo, welcome back, guys. We are here at the game. He did bring that Mega Lopunny, the Gothitelle, the Florges, the Ferroseed, the Toxapex, and that Landorus Incarnate. So basically, he brought everything I prepped for. I knew Sneasel wouldn't come because it just gives a free switch into my Buzzwole, and he really doesn't like switching into Buzzwole a lot unless it's literally that Toxapex and I don't click Earthquake. So he also doesn't like it because heat shrink just comes right on in. It doesn't matter if it's a low kick. I can take one low kick, and then I can just fire back with a flamethrower. I can fire back with a lava plume, and I can just destroy that thing. So I figured Sneasel wouldn't come, and I figured Dredagon wouldn't come either because of the fact that I have a Zygarde, and he needs more stuff in order to stop that. Because if Zygarde gets to +2, his team looks kind of thin. Like, his team really doesn't like +2 Zygarde. But I digress. So I knew I wanted to lead off with something that pressured all of his team right away, and I noticed Mega Aerodactyl did exactly just that. So I am going to lead with Mega Aerodactyl, as he will lead with his Toxapex, as we can see right here. So good luck, have fun, Mono. Hopefully this battle doesn't have a lot of hacks. Here, I am just going to swap right into my Jellicent, predicting a Skull, trying to burn my Aerodactyl right away. Is he just going to get up a Toxic Spike, which is pretty good for him. That Toxic is going to start wearing down my team, which is really, really good on his part. I'm going to Taunt, though, making sure that Toxapex can't Skull, can't get up more layers of T-Spikes. He is going to go into Ferroseed, as I'm going to go right into my Aerodactyl on the knockoff, making sure that I can avoid any unnecessary damage on my Jellicent. I'm going to Fire Fang here. So it does 74%, but that Iron Barbs plus this Gyro Ball right here will put me down to 3%. So anything, including a Mega Lopunny Fake Out, will take this out. So I knew I wanted to get my kill right away, so I am just going to click Fire Fang again. Here, as we can see, as that Ferroseed will go down, but the Iron Barbs will double down with my Mega Arrow. So unfortunately, it is a 5-5 game. However, it does not look too bad. Ferroseed being out of the way is really nice for my Buzzwole because I didn't have any fighting stabs. So I am just going to click Earthquake here as my strongest move against this Mega Lopunny, and it hits almost the rest of his team for super effective, if not neutral damage, besides that Landorus Incarnate. So he is just going to Mega Evolve, click his Fake Out, get that clean 16% chip. Plus, he's going to get that first turn of poison damage, so that's another 13%. So unfortunately, for him, he's going to have to pop his Shuka Berry right here, predicting my fighting move, as I easily clicked Earthquake there. I figured Pex would be a switch, and now he is going to double right into Landorus, which is a good play on his part. I probably should have doubled into something like Zygarde in order to take that out. However, I wanted to make sure that that Toxapex went down, because if that Toxapex went down, Buzzwole just started having a field day against his team. So I am going to swap into my Jellicent Shayquaza here, as I will take that Toxic Spike. And he will Swords Dance up, which is really not good for my team, because a +2 Landorus physical really hurts if you guys can take a look at my team. He is going to click Super Sonic Skystrike, and unfortunately that crit only matters if he's Jolly. If he's Jolly, it was a roll. However, because he was adamant, I believe it does not matter. He is going to Earthquake my Snorlax, as I am going to click Facade here, trying to get as much damage as I can as possible onto this. So I'm going to get a little bit of leftovers back, but that poison will hurt again, as he is just going to click Earthquake again and claim another kill with this Landorus Incarnate, as Snorlax unfortunately will go down. However, because of this, it being so weakened, I can go right into my Zygarde here. I can click 1,000 Arrows, and I can start trying to break his team, and hopefully set up for something like a Specs Train to start doing work, as I'm just going to 1,000 Arrows this. I can't let this Landorus be around anymore, as that Landorus will drop. However, this poison damage is really starting to whittle down on me, as Gothitelle will come on out here. Now, seeing Gothitelle, I'm thinking, okay, it's maybe Fizz Def, so I am just going to use my Z Crystal right here, because if I can blow through this thing, there is a chance I think I can get one more hit off, and unless it's Mega Lop, I can start trying to do some good damage. So he's going to Psychic here, revealing that he has Scarf Gothitelle, which is really, really good prep on his part. So Scarf Gothitelle will just kind of bite through me. Now, because he is Scarfed into Psychic, I cannot go into Buzzwole. That's a stab Psychic, and Buzzwole doesn't have the greatest def, as we went over in my draft analysis. So I will be forced into going to Heat Train here. So because of the Steel type, of course, I don't think that Toxic Spike. He's going to right into Pex here, as I just click Flash Cannon here. It was safe against all of his team. As you can see there, it did decent damage considering that's a Pex. It really did a lot of damage against that Gothitelle. It did a lot of damage against the Mega Lop, and it really hurt that Florges. So it was really a 50-50 on if I wanted to go with Earth Power, predicting the Toxapex and not hit the Florges, or if I wanted to click Flash Cannon and hit the Florges but not the Pex. So it was a good 50-50 on his part. He got the 50-50 right. He got the coin toss. As I am going to go into Buzzwole, just trying to do anything I can to try to win this game, as I realize Buzzwole has to start doing some work. He is going to swap right into Florges here, as I click Earthquake, which is really solid. It does just over half. Unfortunately, Buzzwole will faint to poison, as I will go right into my Heat Train here. as I believe I click Earth Power. I do click Earth Power. I get some nice crit damage off. He does reveal Hidden Power Fighting, which does a lot to my Heatran, as outplayed, outprepped, outmatched. Pretty much sums up this game, as I am going to click Earth Power on the switch, and he's going to scarf himself into Hidden Power Fire. Heatran will unfortunately will drop, and I will lose the game. So good game to Monotoii. The crit really didn't matter at all. It was just kind of a thing like I didn't bring enough for Swords Dance Landorus Incarnate. I was more expecting the special set versus my team because I have a lot of physical bulk. However, I was mistaken. So yeah, that will pretty much sum it up. Good game to Monotoii. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, be sure to check him out. His links will be down in the description below. With that, I think I'm going to get on out of here today, guys. Peace out, Scouts.